Have you ever witnessed something so bizarre, so utterly unexpected, that you question if you're the only one truly awake in the moment? That was me, early one morning in the morgue, right in the heart of the city's most prestigious hospital, watching the supposed corpse of a billionaire's wife twitch under my touch, as if I'd summoned her back from the grave. You get what I'm saying? I didn't start that day thinking my world would turn upside down. I was just Amara Hayes, the unseen one, the youngest staff member, the only black woman navigating those sterile, gleaming glass walls at Pinnacle Care Medical. A place so spotless you could eat off the tiles, but heaven help you if you tarnished its pristine reputation. Every day was predictable. Harsh white LED lights overhead, air heavy with antiseptic, staff so courteous it stung, and me, shrinking myself, staying quiet, trying to be unnoticeable. My official title? Patient care tech, preparing bodies, cleaning rooms, handling paperwork. Unofficially, if someone vomited, if something reeked, if the task was too gruesome, they called me. That's how I learned. Don't complain, don't question, don't slip up. Just be better than everyone else, and maybe they'll leave you alone. That was the plan, at least. I'd grown accustomed to the routine, bodies in, bodies out. I kept it professional, respectful, whispering small prayers over each zipper, memorizing faces even when no one else cared. But that morning, as the sun crept over the city's skyline, coffee in hand, badge dangling, something felt wrong. Whispers echoed in the halls, executives glided like specters, security posted at every exit. The air was tense, electric. Then they called my name. Big news. Vivian Caldwell. Yes, that Caldwell was coming in. Tech billionaire's wife, society's darling, dead from a reported heart attack. Her smile had graced every magazine cover, her gowns dazzling at galas. Now she was here, zipped into a body bag, surrounded by more security than a head of state. Marcus, another tech, helped me move her to Chamber B. The moment the paperwork was signed, the men in suits vanished like they'd never been there. You'd think I'd be numb to it all, having seen so many bodies, but when I pulled back the sheet, my breath caught. Vivian didn't look dead. Her skin had an odd glow, her lips a vibrant pink, her hair flawless. I touched her arm, felt a faint warmth, muscles that hadn't stiffened. Something in me screamed that this wasn't right. Marcus dismissed it. She's gone, Amara. Paperwork's done. Don't make things up. But I couldn't let it go. Alone with her, my heart racing, I studied every detail. No rigor mortis, no clear signs of death. The longer I looked, the more certain I became. Something was off. What if she wasn't dead? What if this was a mistake? Or worse, a setup? It might have been reckless, but I acted. I raised my hand and slapped her. Hard, loud, desperate. The sound ricocheted off the steel walls, and for one fleeting moment, I regretted it. Then her eyelids flickered, her fingers jerked, her chest heaved with a gasping breath. Oh my God, she's alive, I whispered, scrambling for the emergency button, hands trembling, mind spinning. Marcus rushed back, eyes wide, muttering, "What the?" Then Vivian's eyes opened, wild with panic. Chaos erupted, doctors, nurses, alarms screaming. She was alive, pulse faint but real. I should have felt victorious, but when Victor Caldwell stormed in, his tailored suit radiating rage, he pointed at me. "You hit my wife? Are you out of your mind?" he roared, ignoring the truth, ignoring that I'd saved her life. Not one person in that room defended me. Yeah, that happened. Later, alone in the hallway, the real blow landed. Not a slap, but a shift from invisible to suspect. Colleagues avoided my eyes. Whispers turned to gossip. Not a hero, but a threat. Not skilled, but reckless. I'd crossed a line. Not just protocol, but the unspoken hierarchy. Because I'd touched someone like Vivian, someone like me was now at the center of a storm. Admin summoned me upstairs, sat me down with HR, legal, security. Just routine questions, they said, but they wanted every detail, every thought, every action. I told them plainly. I saw signs of life. I acted on instinct. Legal pressed, pen tapping. On instinct and experience. Silence. The COO finally spoke. You're on leave pending investigation. They called it protection. I called it blame shifting. That night, in my apartment, city lights flickering through the blinds, I watched the news. They framed it as a medical miracle. No mention of the morgue. No mention of me. The hospital, desperate to control the narrative, held crisis meetings, whispered strategies, my name on their lips, but never spoken aloud. Then came a knock. Detective Elias Navarro, calm, sharp-eyed, handed me a folder. Evidence. Vivian had been chemically sedated, not dead. Someone staged it. You did the right thing, he said, the first, and for a while, the only one to say it. Across town, Vivian, now awake, whispered, she saved me. But Victor locked down her room, silenced the nurses, orchestrated PR. Still, word slipped out. A whistleblower leaked internal emails, and suddenly my name shifted. Not villain, but maybe, just maybe, a hero. Social media erupted. The story couldn't be contained. Then came the twist I never expected. Vivian wanted to see me. She told me everything. The plan to flee her abusive marriage, the lover meant to help her vanish, the drugs that slowed her heart to a crawl. But it went wrong. Her rescuer took the money and disappeared, leaving her trapped in her own body, nearly gone for good. My slap, that desperate act, brought her back. She wanted the truth out, about Victor, about Lucas, about herself. She wanted me cleared, and the man who betrayed her found. The investigation went public. Lucas was caught boarding a plane out of state. Headlines exploded. A morgue tech's gut instinct foiled a deadly plot. A hospital failed its own standards, and even billionaires couldn't buy silence forever. The hospital crumbled under scrutiny. Chief of pathology resigned. Administrators suspended. Me? They reinstated me, issued a full apology, offered a promotion. I took it quietly. It didn't end there. Vivian filed for divorce, started a foundation for women escaping control. I led patient advocacy, reformed protocols, spoke out about bias and the cost of silence. Strangers, nurses, students reached out, calling me brave, humble, a hero. But all I did was refuse to look away, to ignore life when I saw it. Even when the headlines faded, something lasting remained. The hospital changed. Staff listened more. I ran ethics seminars, pushed for reforms that outlived the news cycle. Sometimes I'd stand in the morgue, hand on that cold table, recalling the day everything shifted. One act of courage, one impossible instinct, now echoed in countless small voices refusing to be ignored. Vivian and I stayed in touch. She rebuilt herself, created something for others from her pain. And me? I kept going. One case, one patient, one truth at a time, knowing my story was just the beginning of something bigger. Even 6 months later, I could feel the world turning, the ripples still spreading. So, yeah, that's how I went from invisible to infamous. All because I trusted my gut when everyone else wanted the story tidy and quiet. Maybe you're out there, stuck in your own silent space, afraid to speak. I'm here to say, don't let anyone tell you your voice doesn't matter. Sometimes, all it takes is one slap, one act no one expects, to wake the world up. Now, what about you? Who do you think crossed the line here? Where's the boundary between instinct and defiance, justice and scandal? Share your thoughts below, because this isn't just my story, It could be anyone's. If it moved you, pass it on. Let's see who else is ready to break the silence.